You have a brain.
You have a brain
To understand.
to understand.
Everybody, come take my hand.
Take my hand. We're gonna learn
Together.
what the brain can do.
And how it works for me and you.
The cerebral cortex is not complex as long as you get the steps. It plays a role in consciousness. I bet you knew that when you're at a ball game and you're up to bat.
There are 6 parts to the C cortex. We're gonna go through them and all their effects. The corpus callosum is known as a bridge that brings together the two sides of the brain. It allows communication between the two sides of the mind, transmitting neural messages to the right and left side. Yeah. Next, let's talk about the fissure. It provides separation like the Hudson River. Stay with us now. Don't quit.
The frontal lobe has 3 parts to it.
Number 1.
The motor cortex.
Number 2.
Prefrontal area.
Number 3.
Frontal association. What does the frontal lobe do, you may ask?
It has a pretty simple task. It's home to the personality, which helps us connect all the emotions in our mind that take effect.
The motor cortex is involved in
Motor function.
Located in the frontal lobe of the brain, its role is important. We shall not complain.
As our movement depends on this familiar section, the right side of our brain has a connection to the left side of our body, a crosswise direction. How crazy is that? Yeah, pretty impressive. The prefrontal area has a pretty cool role, regulating behavior and thought control, in charge of abstract thinking, decision making. Also plays a role in data taken.
The association area functions in responsive behavioral planning, creates a blueprint in the mind,
Planning the movement of mankind, yeah.
Next up, the parietal lobe, where sensory info is processed to go. Info such as touch, temperature, and taste are processed here with human body.
You have a brain.
You have a brain
To understand.
to understand.
Everybody,
Everybody,
come take my hand.
come take my hand.
We're gonna learn together what the brain can do and how it works for me and you. Let's get started. Branching off is the sensory cortex. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple effects. Processes and gathers info to make our senses, which are passed to the body in form of messages.
The occipital lobe is up next. This lobe is located behind the cortex, processing info from the eye so we are able to recognize what goes on outside of our
Primary
minds.
visual cortex is what we'll speak about next. Receives images from the retina. Isn't that cool?
Heck yeah.
There's one more part to the C cortex. The temporal lobe is up next.
It processes sounds from your ears so humans have the ability to hear. Next up,
Is the lower brain.
it's split into a 5-section change: limbic system, thalamus, cerebellum, reticular, active system, and the pituitary gland.
The limbic system is the first step with 3 different sections for us to connect. The first is the hypothalamus,
Controls our feelings of appetence.
known for the production of needed hormones. It helps keep the human body normal. It controls many different functions such as temperature regulation and sleep, thirst, mood, and sex.
Amygdala is up next. Keen processing emotions such as feelings for a heart that's broken. Conditions such as autism, depression, and anxiety are known to be common to society. They're conditions that are linked to the amygdala's functioning. Yeah,
It's true.
the hippocampus is worth exploring. Involved in memory forming, organizing, and storing. It connects senses such as smell and sound to memories that can be found.
Thalamus, another part of the lower brain, may play a role to keep all of us sane, relies sensory information from sensory receptors to proper stations. Damage to the thalamus would result in the absence of senses.
The cerebellum coordinates muscular activity. The loss of it would result negatively as it regulates voluntary movements such as balance, posture, and coordination.
The RAS creates an access lane for information to enter into the brain. It's a part that responds to your name, and when there's something dangerous, sends a message to the brain.
Last, we got the pituitary gland, an important part. The right side hand creates many hormones for our body to use. Without its work, we would all be confused, as it also regulates activity of organs. Its functioning is very important.
Guys, what's the last part to teach them?
Well, Karn, it's the brain stem. Functions in basic reflexes of living, such as basic function of breathing.
That brings us to a conclusion. Hope we cleared all confusions.